How's it going? This is Tim Moore with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you guys as promised here, Riley. So let's go ahead and get started. You see I have the homepage of the website pulled up. We'll look at that here in just a second. What I like to start out on is a Google search page, go over a few things, and some of the terms I'm sure you know already, but what I've typed up in here to this Google search bar is a keyword, more specifically buyer intent in nature. So somebody looking for a roofing service within Little Rock, Arkansas, very relevant to what you guys do. Now, there's going to be a few different ways that people are going to type this in. The key takeaway is since 75 to 80% of people are going to stick on this page when choosing a company, to get on the first page in any way that you can, and for the as many as those different keywords as possible, right? Now, one of the ways that you can definitely do that is running these Google guaranteed ads, the pay per click. So you can do this. It's definitely a great option. Not the best long term option, but if your organics are struggling or you haven't started that process yet, definitely a great way to start getting leads through the door. The only downside is about 80% of people are going to instantly disregard these ads. Sorry about that. So yeah, if you were looking to get, customers right here, right now, definitely an option for most companies. Now, to rank organically is definitely going to be the best option possible, especially long term. You're doing it through your business profile already, and you're doing it through the website. So there's going to be a few things. This might just end up being a praising video. So let's go ahead and look at a few things. So right off the bat with the Google business profile, you're within that top three. So you're going to be getting calls from this, every single month, no problem. I would definitely start uploading more photos. This, the things that I'm about to go over with you, you're doing a lot of them right already. If you just do them at a little bit of a higher level, you'll be able to take that top spot, no problem, I would assume. Now, I would be uploading more photos every single week, before and afters, during inspections, during work of the crews, whatever it may be, anything that's relevant to what you guys offer as a service. You should be posting photos within here, but make sure they're geotagged, okay? And you can do that very simply through settings within your phone, whether Apple or Android, to where within the photos, cryptics behind it, however you want to say it, will actually geotag to the location that you took that photo. Now, also with your bio section, looks like you filled this out 100%. 750 characters there, which is a great job by you guys. Also, you guys have a good amount of reviews at this point, with some good ratings as well. Looks like you're responding to all your reviews, so doing a great job there. One thing that I would recommend as well is Google has a little one-page website that you can build out through your business profile. It's not going to be able to rank for anything, but it will help the rankings of your business profile here. So I would do that as well if you haven't as of yet. And I would say if you definitely start uploading more photos too as well, that's going to be a huge thing for you that may shift you within that top spot too. Okay. Now, for your website, obviously you're ranking on the first page as well, a little bit lower. So I did pull up Garcia and Son as the top competitor when it comes to ranking your website, just so we can take a look at a couple things. Okay. Now, back over to your guys's the home page. Overall, you guys have a good looking website. A lot of different pages built out, including a blog, frequently asked questions, so on and so forth. Right off the bat, we're seeing two call to actions to get people to get to the actual pages of the website that eventually you want them to get to reach out to you. You got the inner linkings to some of your other pages of the website, which is always great. Another call to action here. So what all those do is they're going to help conversions on their website, is basically what they do. Now, we can see right off the bat, we got some keywords within the headers here as well, which is nice to see. A decent amount of content, more interlinkings to the different services, and another submit form down low. So, good layout here as well. Maybe a little bit more content. Google typically likes to see a bare minimum of 500 words of content. You may be right there actually with some of those, with this content here, this, and these three down here as well. I would check into that. Make sure you're at that bare minimum at least. Your top competitor is definitely below that, so that could be something you could instantly be beating them out on when it comes to your website. I would say anywhere from 500 to 2,000 words of content on a homepage is going to be that sweet spot. But it seems like this area, I've looked at a few of the websites that are ranking on the first page. The lower the content, probably closer to that 500 mark is going to be the best for you. Just so you're super not out far away from everybody else, to where it's going to seem organic either. So really good looking website too. A lot of the videos that I normally see back here are not super crisp like your guys are either, and sometimes they can make the website lag. So good build of the website, which I really like. One thing though is I would take a look at how much content you have on here, and I would have a bare minimum of at least 500 words of content. And once if you aren't there yet, and you are able to optimize and get a little bit more content within there, that may be the thing that'll start to tip you above some of your competitors here as well. Now, I always like to use this paid program called Ahrefs. It gives me this dashboard of numbers. It's super great for a couple comparisons, like I'm going to do between both yours and then your top competitor's website as well. Now, these first two rating or numbers that I just highlighted are Google's trust and strength ratings that they have for your website. They're ranked out of 100, but truly, once you hit about a benchmark of 30 and above for each of those, you're going to be considered a pretty powerful website at that point. And with that being said, you still got some strength and trust to get to that point. So I would definitely keep doing that. And you do that by building out these backlinks, which is any clickable text or image linking one website to another. And all it does is it basically acts as a thumbs up vote to Google for your website, right? If other websites are trusting your website enough to link, your website through theirs, that's going to be a thumbs up vote in your favor. The main key here is through these referring domains that are holding your backlinks, make sure they're authoritative, meaning they already have high strength and trust ratings. So once you do acquire a backlink from them, it's going to help your ratings in return. You're indexing for just around 80 keywords, bringing in just over 250 traffic. So decent amount of traffic there, and we can actually click on your keywords to see where you're getting a lot of your traffic from. So first one we can see right off the bat is dealing with the company name. That's no big deal there. That's obviously a keyword you want to be able to get traffic from, being your company name. But I'm more interested in the ones down below, which you are currently doing very well on, as we can see. All these buyer intent keywords involving Little Rock and roofing, even the ones in Kansas you're doing, decent on, not on that first page yet, but for quite a few of these, you're doing very well involving, siding needs some work for these keywords to be ranked for, but the roofing ones for at least Little Rock, all of them besides one you're on that first page for. And this one's actually for Arkansas as a whole. So the Little Rock ones, it seems like you're on the first page for all of them. Now, obviously, higher up on the page, meaning lower position, the better traffic you're going to get from that, the higher percent of the volume you're going to be able to get. So it is going to be crucial that you keep climbing up in those, or climbing technically down in those positions up in the page, right? Now, industry standard for a buyer intent keyword like this is typically about 30% of that traffic should end up turning into a lead for you as long as your website's built out correctly. And yours seems to have that correct type of call to action buttons. So I would consider, you're probably getting anywhere from, what would that be? I would say on a slow month, 5, 4 or 5 to maybe uppers of 10 leads per month just from this one keyword. So I wouldn't be surprised overall on a slow month, maybe 15 or 20 leads to, a higher pace month. Looks like anywhere from maybe, 30 to 40 leads per month for being able to rank within Little Rock for roofing. So that's what you'd be able to, I think, reach where you're currently at, and that may definitely suffice where you guys are wanting to be. Now I'll show you Garcia and Son, their ratings here as well. So we can see right off the bat their strength and trust, their DR is quite a bit lower. And DR is referring to more of the strength and trust of the website as a whole. And in this instance, for both years, the UR is more towards just that home page. Okay. So the homepage strength and trust within Google is fairly similar, but the entire website as a whole is slightly lower on their end. And that's because they just haven't built out many backlinks, and most of their backlinks are probably linking back towards the homepage. So they need to start building more and spread them out through the rest of the pages of their website as well. And they're indexing for fairly similar amount of keywords, but they're getting about 200 or so more traffic than you guys per month. Now, I am going to attribute right off the bat that about, you know, especially this first one, I would nullify all this traffic right off the bat. It's a nationwide keyword search, hence all that volume. But we can see if we look down through here, all these same roofing and Little Rock keywords, they're positioned just higher than you guys, And you can see on most of these, they're probably going to be gaining about 20 to 25% more traffic than you guys for all those as well. And in return, that's going to be, depending on the amount of traffic, but anywhere from, you know, probably 3 to 5 extra leads per month just for each of those keywords because they're positioned a little bit higher up on that first page of Google. So I would say you guys are doing most of the things right currently, and your guys' numbers show that. There's just a few things that I think can tick you guys above the top competitor. One being the content within the homepage in particular, and then another thing is I would keep building out that strength and trust as much as you can. And if you really start dominating in that area, um, I don't see why there's any reason you guys couldn't be in that first position. So I would just say keep up doing the great work that you guys are doing in this area, and I would really take care of these ratings here. Okay, don't let these waver. Always keep building out your backlinks, and I do think you guys will see a great uptick in some of your rankings here for a lot of these different keywords. So, if you have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you guys any way that I can. Also, if you guys are starting to want to branch into some other areas outside of Little Rock, one of the best options there is going to be building out area pages, service area pages for your website to target those specific areas when it comes to roofing. That's always a great option as well if you're looking to expand. Other than that, like I said, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks.